This is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do another live recording for you guys. I am again here at the library, so I am trying to be respectful of everybody here and keeping my voice down. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Um, I pulled these from my charm bag. Just to have something for the camera to focus on before I get started. I do want to shout out to Hannah Turner, who is a beautiful person who continues to be amazingly supportive and loving. And just a big shout out to her for being awesome. I have some amazing people that continuously support me in just what I'm doing and in life. And it's really amazing, and I feel very blessed to have that. People have asked me how I managed to sleep for an entire winter in my car, and I think honestly it's because there's some really beautiful people out there who do love me and care about me and show me that they're there for me. And so I'm just super, super grateful. This is going to be probably a mixed tarot and charm reading. This is a romance focused reading. This is a reading that's going to be focused on love and romance and relationships for spring of 2024. This is a timeless reading though. Anytime you're watching it later in time may apply to you. And before I get started, I do just want to say a huge thank you to everybody. I am still living in my car. All donations go towards my housing. I am very close to saving up for housing. If I could get probably a couple $100 more, I would be able to get temporary housing or room somewhere. And that's kind of what I'm pushing for. And hopefully that will come through at some point. If you do want to donate, you can donate through my GoFundMe campaign. The link will be below, as well as Cash App or PayPal or Venmo, whichever is easiest for you. I'm so grateful for everybody who has donated so far and for keeping me going. And I can't even believe that I have been homeless this entire time and since December, and it's just been quite a wild ride for myself, but I am super thankful that everybody has been so kind to me and shown up for me. So I just want to say that. To begin, I pulled this piece of, you could see it's a piece of a bathing suit, which you can see has a little mermaid on it. And we have this feather, which from my charm bag indicates getting some kind of phone call or some kind of call back. And we have this teardrop. I look at these and I see these as seashell pieces that are usually indicative of some crying or some tears, either tears of joy, tears of sadness. Because we have this mermaid here, there's a lot of strong water energy here. So if you were to get a phone call from somebody or even some kind of text or email, it's going to probably bring out some emotion. You're probably going to have some kind of emotional reaction to it. Because, this is going to sound strange. I have always wanted to wear a seashell bikini. I've never gotten one, and or a coconut shell bikini. Okay, this is one of my things that I've always wanted to do, and I never have, for whatever reason. And it reminds me of, I don't know, like a dream coming true of some kind, or something that you've wanted. So like it's positive. Like it's hard to tell from her facial expression if she's smiling or if she's not. But I feel like to me this whole thing about she's wearing this like seashell bikini, and it's indicative of getting something that you've wanted. And I feel like you're going to get some good news through this feather. This is also actually, I think it's a seashell as well. So again, that water element is coming through very strong. So a lot of happiness coming through news. Could be any kind of news. I know this is a romance focused reading, but let's just say, you've been waiting on a call back from an employer, or you've been waiting on a call from somebody, you had reached out to. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It could just be like, you placed a call and, you asked them to call you back, and this is where you get a call back from somebody. It's, there's a lot of emotion here to it, but it's positive. And I feel like for whatever reason, I want to say you're going to get what you want. You're going to get what you want, or you're going to get what you've wanted. And maybe some of you, it's going to be words that are said that you've wanted to hear for a really long time, or needed to hear for a really long time from a person. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean words of love, but it could be words of love that you've wanted to hear, something that you've wanted to hear for a long time. My guides are confirming that. And also any kind of thing where the news, you get the call back on something, you could have been waiting for a long time to get the call back on something, regardless of whether it's relationship or not. Because it's a relationship focused reading, most of you, it will apply in the way of maybe you've been waiting for a certain person that you like to call you. Maybe it's words of confirmation or words of love that you've been needing to hear or wanting to hear from a specific person. I do feel like there's a lot of feelings that are going to come through at this time. And it's positive. We have this purple energy and the blue seashell and the white feather. To me, it's just very, very positive. I don't see it being negative. So, yeah. I do feel like it's words of love. I'm noticing there's a tiny heart right here. It's hard to see it. It's like a tiny little heart on her swimsuit. So it's just very positive. That's what I want to say. Now, I'm going to lay out a spread. Set these aside for a second. Now, just so you guys know, I have these pieces of cloth in my charm bag. And eventually, I'm just going to do, it will just be cloth readings where I literally pull a handful of pieces of cloth and see what I get. That's what I've wanted to do for a while. And so this is part of my collection. It's all together. And it's just, again, it's a creative thing that I started to do, and I really enjoy the creative process, doing different things that other people are not doing. I have not seen anybody with like a cloth charm bag, so it would be only just me that has that, but... This is going to sound really funny. But like the outcome we have, I'm just going to jump into this. There's some really good parts to this reading, okay? I'm just telling you guys right now. You guys are going to be really excited to hear what I say because it's really, really positive. But you see these two cards. These are the last cards of the spread. We have the Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups. And to me, it's getting into like an argument with somebody and then sleeping with them, like ending up hooking up with them. Okay, now hooking up is an East Coast term, which I use very loosely. Okay, hooking up does not necessarily mean sex. Okay, but it could for some of you. To me, hooking up is really anything between just and like a home run. So some of you may not even realize like this is going to happen, might not even be open to this happening. You might be upset at a specific person, like, and then I don't know, you might get into like an argument and it's going to lead to either kissing and making up or some kind of hookup. That's what I see here. And it's kind of endearing because I feel like whoever it is that you're hooking up with, they they don't care so much about what you say. Like, it's funny. Okay. This is funny. It's funny energy because it's like they don't care. Like, you could tell this person off, like completely off, and they're still going to be attracted to you. They're still going to want to hook up. They're not going to care so much about your prickles. Like, there's someone who's watching who has what I call prickles. The Five of Swords energy to me is conflict, prickly, kind of stay the fuck away from me energy, like zero fucks today, don't mess with me, like kind of energy. And then, but this, whoever this person is, it's like they can see through that. They don't care. It's like they see your best sides. And or they just really want to sleep with you. One or the other. But I feel like for most of you, it's a person who just does not care if you're prickly. They're not going to care if you tell them off. In fact, if you tell them off, it really is gonna, I don't know, like turn them on a little bit. They're going to be like really enjoying it. I don't know why I want to say that. It's making me smile. Like seriously enjoying it. Like it's almost the equivalent of like them getting attention and they don't even care if the attention is bad. To me, this would be like bad attention. They don't care. So for those of you who wanted to know, okay, like what I see for your love life, I definitely see something hot happening later down the line in time. Could be even 10 days from now, because it's 10 of Cups. Could be 10 weeks from now. I don't feel like it's 10 months from now. I don't feel like it's that far away in time. The number 10 is coming through. 9 or 10. I say that loosely because time is fluid. So literally you could go out tomorrow, meet somebody hot, get into an argument with them, tell them off, and then one minute you're telling them off, the next minute you're kissing them. Now this is funny. My guides are showing me this. Oh, I think it was an episode of The Real World. I don't remember. Okay, it was the episode, I think, of The Real World where there was this girl and this guy who, originally when the show that show started, they did not get along. They really did not like each other. And then later down the line in time, they ended up sleeping together, and everybody in the house was like, "What is going on? Has hell frozen over?" And so this might be somebody who you're not expecting to hook up with. Like, this could be someone who you might be, again, currently upset with or currently mad at. Someone that you might never consider hooking up with. For whatever reason, I feel like you're going to hook up with them anyways, and it's going to kind of come out of the blue or be some kind of surprise to you. Like, I feel like for some of you, you have a little bit of a wall and you don't really want to let anybody in. But for whatever reason, you're going to let this person in. You're going to open up to them and connect with them. And in that connecting with them, you're going to end up hooking up with them. Whether it's planned or unplanned, or whether you've been dating for a while or not. Now, I want to get into some of these other cards because we haven't even gotten to the other stuff yet, which we have the Love's Offering here, which is the exciting part, okay? So we have the Love's Offering, and we have the Page of Swords, which, to me, this is about being lifted up out of hardship, being lifted up out of your situation and sort of transplanted elsewhere. This is help. This is love and support. To have an offering, Love's Offering here, you might have two things happening at the same time. You might have like an offer of love, which also does something with regards to your situation. Maybe helps you out in some way. It's sort of like killing two birds with one stone. And I see these two birds here. These ones. So I want to say, like, if you have a situation where you're like, maybe you need a new roommate. This could be where, somebody that you're dating is like, well, my roommate just left. Do you want to come live with us? Something like that. You could also be asked out on a date, and then for some reason, then they're like, they kind of take you, I want to say take you under their wing, and help you out in some way. Like, for whatever reason, it's like you go out with this person and there's a lot of love there, and they want to kind of nurture the relationship, nurture you, take care of you in some way. To me, this is the kind of person that wants to take care of you. And I this is going to sound crazy because, like, I never really, I'm 42, but I never really understood what that meant until the times in which I had to do stuff on my own, which was very, very hard. And I had to have some procedures done, which were very, very hard. And there wasn't anybody there for me to help. And I think, like, we take our parents for granted. We take people that are gonna show up to give us a ride for granted. This could even be someone giving you a ride. Like, let's just say you have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, they could just be picking you up. To me, this is being picked up. Picking you up and taking you somewhere. I feel like it's positive. I feel like there's a lot of love there, and they're doing it to, I want to say, either help you out, or maybe they're just picking you up to go out on a date as well. Like, at the minimum, they're picking you up to take you out on a date for some of you, and others, this is more of like a maybe a date that can turn into like a life partnership. Somebody who wants to take care of you, someone that wants to nurture the relationship, have a long-term partnership. It's not just like about, oh, they want to have just one night, together. It's more of like, no, they want to take care of you. They want to be with you. So here's the thing. I feel like whatever this offer is really, really positive. Now, here's the thing about, there's a lot of people that could interpret this a certain way. And I'm going to tell everybody that there's all kinds of crazy shit out there, and all kinds of scam artists and phishing people and all kinds of shit, This has got to be someone, in order for it to apply to you, it's got to be someone that you really trust and that you really care about and that you are willing to let into your life, and you trust that they have your best intentions, the good at heart, the best for you at heart, they have the best intentions for you. I'm going to pull some of the cards and see, if there's any kind of things that I'm seeing that could be maybe like red flags. Okay, so like I'm getting different stories here. So for some of you, this is where you go out on a date with someone who, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands typically is someone who's very generous. They're very, very busy. They have a lot of things going on. Now, the men who are watching, this could be you taking somebody out, literally just going out on a date. This could be you offering someone, like asking someone to marry you, asking someone to move in with you, asking someone if they want to, literally if they need you to help move. Like, this could be a move situation because we have the Page of Wands, I would say, being lifted up from where she's at. So to me, this is like a move as well. Like asking, so whatever this situation is, King of Wands is asking, you could be the Page of Swords person, and you're in a situation where Maybe someone's offering to help you. Maybe you are moving. Maybe someone's offering to help you move. There's some kind of offer here too. Could be also, again, career, but I feel like this is more romance stuff. This is a romance focused reading. So the story here for this is very, very clear. And I do feel like this is someone you trust, or that you, who's going to be of help to you. But I also feel like some of you don't have much hope for, let's just say you were to move in with someone as like a friend. Let's just say someone offers to have you move in as like just a friend. You might be like wanting there to be something more between you and that person. And maybe like there's just like a lack of hope because for whatever reason you can't. Maybe you want to sleep with that person, or maybe you want to be with that person in the kind of Ten of Cups kind of way, but you can't for whatever reason. Or, you could easily move in, but then you're maybe still like, you could even move in with this King of Wands person and it not be romantic. Like, it could just be an offer, because the love's offer isn't always romantic. It's a lot of times it is just an offer. So for some of you, there's an offer here to do something with this King of Wands or by this King of Wands. And again, it could be a roommate situation. It could be going and living someplace temporarily. It could be literally moving in with your boyfriend, or maybe your boyfriend wants to marry you, or maybe your boyfriend wants to take the next step. But for whatever reason, maybe you're not ready for whatever the next step is. We have the Five of Pentacles, which came out in the reverse, which is very strange. And that to me is having absolutely no hope. Like beyond heartbreak. It's like no hope at all for romance, or no hope at all for a situation. And some of you, your, I want to say, perspective on romance needs to get refurbished, in the sense that it needs to have more hopefulness, or more like, essentially the Five of Pentacles is a very, very sad card. It is actually not trusting people, like not trusting that you're going to get into a relationship, not having any faith at all, not believing that anybody's out there for you, not actually believing that whoever this King of Wands is going to do right by you, not believing that, you're going to find, let's just say, a future mother of your children, like not believing that the good can happen from relationships. Some of you are not just jaded, but like there is not a lot of hope here. And in order for you to manifest something better than what's up here, you have to really switch your perspective. Like, you cannot go around being hopeless and have zero faith, because it's going to manifest something that is not hopeful. And there could be two totally different situations here and here. But in the story is, and I'm just going to lay it out, okay? The story is, whatever this hope, originally there might be some hope for a relationship with a specific person. But then something happens, either after you move in, or something happens where it's not healthy. So again, I would be very careful who you trust at this time, as far as where you're moving to, accepting offers. Whatever offers come your way need to be checked by an attorney. Whatever offers come your way need to be checked, let's just say, by your best friend, by a parent, by someone you absolutely trust. Like, this is not a time to go accept an offer from somebody on IG that is like, do you want to come move to Europe? Okay, like, this is not that kind of situation. And for some of you, have either some blind faith that you could end up in a happily ever after situation, or no hope at all that there's anything positive that's going to come. And I feel like whoever is watching here, there is a lot of issue with the story. A lot of issue because we have all of these. I'm going to move this away here for a second because I'm running out of room. We have this story, this part of the story, how this story is really going to go. And the story to me is really going to go in a direction in which you are not prepared for if you go into it either not trusting the situation or getting into some kind of situation in which you have blind faith or no faith at all. Or it's just not clear what the situation actually is. Because we have the moon, which is shade. And then we've got the two of swords, which is not communicating well. And then we've got this 10 of swords, which is not a card that's healthy. And then we have this death card, which again is change. And then we have the hanged man, which doesn't feel good with these other combinations. And then we have the justice. So either you're about to go through a messy divorce or a messy breakup, or someone that you're about to live with is going to go through a messy divorce or breakup. And this is very, very messy. This is very, bad, toxic, crappy. And I almost want to be I almost don't feel like this is you. Or at least I'm hoping that for the people that are watching, this is not you. But there might be someone who's watching who's about to go through a very toxic breakup or very toxic divorce where it doesn't feel good. It feels really there's certain days where you wake up and everything just feels off. It feels like you woke up and your neck is kind of kinked and the world is sideways. And today there's a lot of wind and it just feels like change is happening and it's overwhelming. And, with this justice card here, it does not feel balanced at all because, the 10 of swords is not balanced. The 10 of swords is about, somebody who's jumped off a cliff and is about to break every bone in their body. It's not a balanced card. To me, there's an energy of futility and hopelessness and, being really screwed or really SOL. But I feel like it has to do with the relationship. I don't feel like it has to do in your personal life. This to me is all, because it's tied in with the justice, to me this is all just crap that you're dealing with a person that you're breaking up with, you're divorcing, or they're divorcing you. Or you're going to be in a situation, you move into a situation where there's a lot of conflict where you're living. The people that you're living with are arguing all the time. You know what I'm saying? They might have sex and make up on occasion, but to me they're arguing all the time. They're lying to each other all the time. They're desperately needing a change, but they're refusing. To me, the 2 of swords is not communicating well. So there's a refusal to change, refusal to make changes, or refusal to do anything different. The hanged man is where it's it's been status quo for a really long time. It's nothing has changed for a long time. And it's unhealthy. The hanged man is unhealthy. It's not a balanced situation. So, It's a very challenging spread, actually. If I was to go back and be okay, let's just say you're dating someone, or maybe you go out on a date, but then you have to deal with all of this other stuff in your personal life. And I don't know what all this other stuff is going on for you, but it does not feel fun. It doesn't feel like, okay, this is going to be a situation that ends up being happily ever after until either later down the line in time or never. I would encourage you to rewrite your story, whatever the story is or needs to be, okay? Rewrite your story. Be like, you know what, that's not my story. I don't want that to be my story. You know, we're going to rewrite it. Because, I mean, I like the fact that we had the offer, the Love's Offer card. And I like the fact that we had the being lifted out of hardship card. But I don't necessarily know where that relationship is going. If you're getting in a relationship or you're being around people, let's just say, that aren't good for you. Yeah, okay. So let's just say you rewrite your story. You're like, you know what, that's not my story. I don't want that to happen. I'm going to rewrite it. I feel like you can change your story. I pulled out all of these other cards. You see how all these other cards are, to me, very positive. Knight of Pentacles is being in your divinity. This is like, you know, coming into your own energy. Being someone, you know, becoming who you are. Expressing yourself in a healthy way, doing things in a healthy, positive way, having healthy relationships, going out. To me, the Four of Wands is going out on dates, healthy dates. You know, we do have one of the moving cards. So some of you could be moving or traveling. I want to say it's more travel than moving, but it could be both. I feel like someone that's watching really needs to work on their energy levels, because I feel like the energy levels are like, I feel like it's a very draining energy. And that means you need to sleep better. That means you need to eat better. That means you need to go out for a walk. I feel like some of you, we have the World card. Some of you have been putting, not putting aside, prioritizing your health, being outside as like a thing that you do occasionally, and it needs to be moved up to the priority. Like, you need to do it now. You need to do it today. You need to like get your sports bra on and go for a jog, like today. There's a level of procrastinating here that I'm seeing. We have the Three of Wands is procrastinating, the Bull. There's to me an energy of stubbornness here, unwillingness to do things immediately. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands, which to me is, it's a waiting card. It's a waiting energy. Some of you are, you know, waiting for things to change and shift. Some of you are waiting for other people to make a move, or maybe you're waiting to meet people. I don't feel like, those of you who are waiting, I feel like you are not manifesting relationships. You are manifesting more of the same, more of alone time, more of flying solo. That's what I want to say. To me, the Ace is singular. The Six of Cups girl is just the only adult in this picture. The Nine of Cups is a single person. The World's a single person. I'm not seeing the Two of Cups or the Lovers, or the Ten of Cups, which I did put away, but still. So it's sort of like you're manifesting more of the single life. if those of you who are wanting to know about relationships and you're wanting to know, okay, like what's going on with my love life, you were manifesting more of the single life. However, it almost feels like the single life is better than you taking, I don't know, like a leap or blind faith into a relationship with either a married person, a person who already has a girlfriend or boyfriend, or a leap or a blind faith into a situation in which, or with a person which is going to lead to some kind of conflict, or it's going to lead to some kind of mess. And it almost feels like this to me feels better than the other spread, but at the same time, it's sort of like almost like a flip of the coin where you're manifesting people who don't necessarily have your best intentions at heart, or you're dating and then somehow when you try to take things to the next level, maybe you go to move in or maybe you go to get serious, they don't want the commitment or they don't want, you know what I mean, the relationship, or maybe you find out that they've been married the whole time, or maybe you find out they've have a girlfriend, because I do feel like for someone who's watching, you're going to find out that a person that you're dating has a girlfriend or boyfriend. Because we have this, there's 3 birds here in this Ace of Swords. And there's 4 here. So like I feel like you could be dating someone or dating people that have options. Or you might have options. I'm just saying, like, it's not bad to have options, but what I'm seeing here is like, it's almost like it's either you fly very, very solo and you're happily flying solo, or you take some kind of step to be in a relationship to a person in which it's very, I want to say very Libra energy of like picking the wrong person, kind of. It's like you make a choice, but then you realize later it's very like, why did I just do that? Like, what happened? So I'm going to pull out some of the cards from, I'm actually going to cut this and pull out some of the cards from the other spread and see if I pull out any charms as well, like what I get for any other insight about situations in which you have rewrite the story, but you should rewrite your story, and or you should consider rewriting your story. So basically shuffle the cards just to see like similar energies from those cards from before, but I want to see if there's any other messages about this story that like what's the work, like what's the thing that you need to do in order to like unlock this. Some of you like are trying to fix something, like you're trying to fix a relationship. Some of you have been in a relationship for a very long time to someone, and it's just not fixable at this point. Like, it's just not. It was never, like, a lot of relationships are not meant to go long term. They're not meant to be forever. They're not meant to be 20, 30 plus years. Although people have these beliefs that they're going to be 20, 30 plus years. You know, we have the clouds, the rain cloud charm here, which to me represents crying. And we have the little bear, which is one of my favorite charms, which to me is about real love, real, true love. And whatever you got going, whatever this is, I don't feel like you're in a relationship to a person who you really truly love. And I'm getting confirmation on that. You have to be careful about getting into a relationship to someone who you don't truly love. And if you're in a relationship to someone who you don't truly love, then you do need to think about getting out of it and breaking up. Because it's the longer it goes, to me, the more unhealthy it becomes. It's, the communication, we have communication here. Can you imagine what the communication would be like from this Five of Swords dude? I mean, it's just unhealthy. Like, whatever he's saying, whatever's going to come out of his mouth is not going to feel good. And even the moon person may be using, like, substances, alcohol, drugs, to kind of numb their feelings. Because the moon person usually wears their heart on their sleeve. And for some of you, you may actually have told somebody about your feelings and they didn't reciprocate. And maybe they're going to lash out for it or to say something mean. Some of you are in a relationship in which your finances are very tied in. Your level of stability is very tied into another person or to another situation, another person's living situation. Could be like, you're married and let's just say, you have joint bills, you split the bills. For whatever reason, there's the thing about finances here. Some of you may want to leave, but you don't have necessarily the money to leave. And it's like, to me, there's an element of feeling bogged down by a relationship, for sure. And like we have this washer here, which represents trying to fix something that's broken, something that's just like, you can't. And this is going to sound really weird. I've never seen this actually before like this, but like, I never saw it this way, but this tree is alive. Okay, in a magical world, this tree would be alive. And it looks like this tree is like almost like a hand holding on to this ball. And if this was a glass ball, the tree would be able to break the glass. Because the tree would be in such pain, or the tree, it's like sort of like holding onto something and then just breaking it, crushing it. This feels very, very challenging and very, very painful, whatever is about to occur. I don't feel like, this is going to sound very strange. I feel like this is going to happen suddenly, in a moment, where it's almost like the tree is in so much pain that the tree snaps. Like the tree, if the tree were to snap, the branch was to snap, but snap like in an emotional way, not in a like it's going to break. But let's just say the tree gets to a point where it can't take it anymore, then it's just going to squeeze that glass ball, and to me that glass ball is very fragile and it's going to break it. And in that one moment, it's going to be like whatever the balance point is here with this energy within your partnership, within your love life, it's going to change. It's going to shift in one moment. Almost kind of like for some of you get into like a breaking point where you just can't take it anymore. Like they say something or they do something. Now some of you may be at a point like that in life where it's like you don't know how much more you can take. And it might not have anything to do with another person. You might not literally be in a good place yourself. To be able to have romance or to be able to think about another person or to be able to like have healthy conversations or have healthy dialogue with people about what you're wanting in relationships or where you see the relationship going. But to me, this is like it's just one moment where it's like that tree branch is holding that ball, and it's just like gonna break glass. And to me, breaking glass is actually very, very powerful way of clearing negativity. And I actually feel like whatever breaks, let's just say, hypothetically, actually something literally breaks. It could actually literally break in your household. So maybe you do break a glass, actually. Or maybe something breaks in your home. It could be anything. It could be electronic. It could be anything in your home. It doesn't have to be one thing specifically, but like say something breaks. It's going to dispel negativity, and you're going to, it's going to be it's a huge release. And you're going to move on from it. Like, it's like you get to a breaking point, and then you're just going to be like over it. Like, the negativity can't get to you anymore. Like, whoever this is can't get to you anymore. Like, it's actually like a done point where you're finished with something. And we have this Knight of Cups that, to me, it's like fire and water energy. And it's like all this, for some of you, this could be not like a mental breakdown, but like something that triggers you so strongly to make a change in your relationships. And maybe this is going to cause whatever happens. It's like a catalyst, okay? Whatever this is, it's going to release all this emotion. Like any of the emotion that maybe you've been holding on to or stored, it's just going to be like lots and lots and lots of emotion. And it's very, very powerful. And to me, that is like a turning point for a new beginning. You see how I pulled these other cards? It's going to lead to a new beginning of some kind. Now, that could be a new beginning in relationships. That could be a new beginning in your personal life. But it's very, very positive. Like, whatever this thing that breaks is a good sign, actually. I'm going to put these away here. There is somebody who wants to have an affair with somebody else, but I feel like it's actually a lot less. And now some of you, this could have to do with like a partner having an affair as well. But it doesn't have to be. To me, it's very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. Shoot, my battery is now low. I'm going to get going. I'm going to see if I pull anything else. One last one. Yeah, some of you absolutely are the light for other people. It's a little light bulb. It says, be the light. Charm. Then we have the fortune cookie, which is good things going to happen in this A here. This to me is also being a light for others as well. This is very special. This locket is very, very special. It's not easy to be a light, but you have, to me, this is like more of like being guided, and this one is more of like kind of being called to be there for other people and show up for other people. So you got to watch the signs at this time. Make sure you're thinking things through before you do them. Make sure you're looking at the fine print and everything. Make sure you're having healthy discussions. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and thinking very clearly about what it is that you want in relationships, for sure. And be sure to carry extra things, because other people may ask things of you if you have them at this time. Sometimes people need need things from you, like they might need some tissues, they might need some soap, they might need utensils. This stuff comes up in my life all the time. I consider myself a light worker, so it might be similar where you go around and people need things. And so be sure you carry extra things so that the people that you meet along your path, you're able to help. That's what I want to say. But thank you guys so much for being amazing fans and followers. I send everybody big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I wish you guys all the best. Take care.